Hello, my name is Elkrief, and in this video I'm going to talk about how to deal with bullies. So the purpose of this video really is to help you to stop feeling hurt by the bullying, to get you to stop feeling trapped and helpless in regards to how you deal with bullying, and even to get you to stop feeling angry towards the bullies. So in order to help you to lose these feelings and to really be at peace in the midst of bullying, right? This is not about how to stop getting bullied. This is about how to deal emotionally with being bullied, how to be happy and at peace even when someone is saying something nasty to you. Okay, so in order to lose your suffering when being bullied, or the effect of being bullied after the fact, right, you need to understand the situation more clearly. You need to better understand why they bully. You need to better understand what's going on in your head that makes you feel hurt. Okay? So first, let's look at what's going on with you when someone says something to you. So, if someone says you are an alien from Mars, do you feel sad or hurt? Probably not, because you know you're not an alien. And if they think you're an alien, they must be crazy. If someone says to you, you have 4 fingers, and then you look and you see you have 5, do you feel hurt or sad? No, because you know you have 5 fingers. If they say you have 4, it doesn't matter, because you don't believe them. See, what happens is, if someone tells you you are ugly, let's say, then you feel hurt. Why? Because you have an idea, I am attractive. Right? Or an idea that I am not ugly. And then if someone tells you you're ugly, it makes it harder to keep your idea. You see, so if I know I have 5 fingers, somebody telling me I have 4 doesn't affect what I know, because I know it. If I only believe I have 5 fingers, then someone tells me I have 4, then I might feel hurt. So what happens when we are young, when we are in our teenage years, we are trying to create an identity for ourselves. We are trying to create a self-image. We're trying to figure out who we are. So of course, what happens is, we are taught that there's only 2 options in any particular attribute, characteristic. And the 2 options are the 2 opposites, which is you are either pretty or ugly, cool or boring, funny or serious, nice or mean, smart or stupid. We only have 2 options, right? That's what we're being offered. So of course, we try to convince ourselves that we are the positive side. But what happens when we do that is a whole number of different types of suffering come with it. So if I try to think of myself as attractive, then if someone doesn't look at me, someone rejects me, someone insults me, then boom, it worsens. So I have to worry about others' opinions, and I have the effect of others' opinions. Because I can't think I'm attractive if others insult me and say that I'm not. If I think I'm smart, I don't know that I am if others call me stupid. If I fail a test, boom, there goes I'm smart. So then I have to have anxiety about tests. If I think I am fun, and then someone else calls me boring, or a few people don't call me, or don't want to hang out with me, or tell me that my hobbies are stupid, then all of a sudden maybe I'm not that fun, maybe I'm not that cool. So the issue with trying to create a positive identity is that you are so much at the effect of others' opinions, right? Even if you think I am great, if others tell you you're not, it's going to be very hard to think you are great. See, all of this is opinions, perspective, or in other words, concepts that only exist in our imagination. So, when someone insults you, if you believe their words to be possibly true, you feel it. Right? If you're trying to think of yourself as fun and someone says you're so stupid, you're so boring, nobody wants to talk to you, well then, boom, now you feel unworthy, unlikable. as long as you believe your opinion to be real and true, you'll believe others' opinions to be real and true. Does that make sense? So if someone tells you the world is going to end tomorrow and you believe them, how do you feel? Well, you feel afraid, sad, angry, something. But if you don't believe them, right, if someone says the world is going to end tomorrow and you don't believe them, how do you feel? You feel nothing. What that shows you is when you believe others' words to be true, they create emotions. When you don't believe others' words to be true, they don't create emotion. So the same is true with the words in your head. When you believe positive words about yourself, they create emotions. When you believe negative words about yourself, they create emotions. But if you don't believe the words, they don't create emotions. So if someone says you're stupid, you just ask for yourself, am I? If you try to convince yourself you're smart, you'll fail. Because there's always evidence on both sides. If someone says you're boring and you're trying to convince yourself you're fun, you'll fail. Because there's evidence on both sides. You are not fun or boring, smart or stupid, cool or not cool, popular or unpopular, anything. You see, you are neither side. You are here, and some people will think you're fun, and some will think you're boring. And some will think your interests are cool, some will think your interests are stupid. Some will think you're smart, some will think you're stupid. But none of that is who you are. Each person has their opinion, and it doesn't mean anything about you. You see, if you were raised in a different place, however you look, some might think you're ugly, some might think you're pretty. But if you were raised in another location, they might think differently, right? Some places they like more weight, and some they like skinnier, and some they like darker skin, and some they like lighter skin. Some they like tall, some they like short. Depending on the person, depending on the place, it really all depends. So what you need to recognize is that you are not good or bad. You're just here. And whatever is said to you is said to you, and it doesn't mean anything about you. You see, in order to understand why people bully, you need to understand that everyone just wants to think of themselves as positive, not realizing that that creates suffering. So the person that bullies you, right, the reason why they bully you is because they can't think of themselves as cool unless somebody else is less cool. They can't think of themselves as attractive unless someone is ugly. They can't think of themselves as fun unless someone is not fun. They can't think of themselves as charming unless somebody else is awkward. Right? Because if I'm attractive and I think everybody else is attractive, then I'm not attractive, I'm just normal. If I think I'm fun and I think everybody else is equally fun, then I'm just normal. If I think my hobbies are interesting and everybody's hobbies are interesting, then there's nothing interesting about my hobbies. It's just normal. So in order to think I am great, I have to judge others to be worse than me. So in the process of forming an identity, especially in high school, in order to think I'm great, we just constantly judge others. And for some people, that takes shape, that takes form by doing it outwardly, directed towards someone else. We can't just have it in our head. We have to show people they are bad. We have to show people I am better. Right? And it doesn't feel good for the bully. It does give it some pleasure. Right? Every time you judge them, it gives you some pleasure. Every time you judge the bully to be a lesser human being than you, to be a mean person, you get to feel noble, like you are better than them. Right? It gives you a little sense of pleasure, but it also gives you anger and disappointment and sadness. The same is true for the bully. When they judge you to be less attractive, less worthy, less fun, less cool, less something, they get a little bit of pleasure, but they also experience anger, judgment, disappointment. It's not enjoyable to judge all the time. Right? That's why as we get older, people stop bullying. Because as they continue bullying, if they do, eventually they learn bullying is not nice. Bullying is mean. And then if they continue to bully, they form an identity of I am a not nice person. I am a bad person. I am a mean person. So eventually people stop. But in high school they don't realize that. They don't realize, they didn't get taught yet that it makes me a bad person. Or they did, but it's more important for them to think of themselves as cool, attractive, fun, powerful, better than others, than it is for them to think I am a nice person. Nice doesn't hold as much weight when you're young and in high school and trying to be popular. So, another way to look at it, right, is just that, see, the bully is not in control. They're just trying to make themselves happy. And if they're bullying you, it's because they're trying to believe they are great, but don't know it. Just like you're trying to believe you're good at something, but don't know it. Right? In order to think we're good at something, we have to think others are worse. So, in order to feel better when someone bullies you, you have to look at it from a few new angles. So one angle is just that it's not like they're a bad person, they're choosing to do this. They're just trying to feel better about themselves. And I'm the tool. It's not like I am actually bad, they just want to think of themselves as better. There's only two options when it comes to our self-image, our identity. And that is superior or inferior. I can either be better than someone or worse than someone. Not good or bad. Good or bad means superior or inferior. So they're just trying to think of themselves as superior, so they need somebody to make worse than them. Not that I actually am worse, just that they need somebody to make them feel better about themselves. The second side of it is your side, right? Which is, how do I know that I'm bad in some way? How do I know that I'm ugly? Somebody else could think something different. How do I know that I'm stupid? Maybe I am stupid in math, but I'm good at writing. Maybe I don't learn well from the teacher, but I learn well from reading. Maybe I'm not particularly good at this, but I'm great at gaming. You see, how do you know that you are bad? You don't know. But if you're trying to convince yourself that you're cool or popular or fun or something, you're going to fail. Stay in, I don't know. I'm just here, and I am not one opposite or the other. And then, the most important thing to do, or the most useful way to look at this, okay, is to ask yourself the simple question, or maybe not so simple question, of what do I want most in life? What is the number one most important thing to me? Take a moment and really ask yourself, what do you want in life more than anything else? What is the number one most important thing to you? You may think it's popular, or girls, or guys, or success, or power, or something. But if you look really closely, you'll see that all you really want is to be happy, to be at peace, to not feel hurt, sad, depressed, lonely, worried, shameful, all that stuff. All you want is to be happy and at peace, to be free of suffering. Right? And you just hope getting a girlfriend will make you feel better. Getting popular will make you feel better. Getting power will make you feel better. Getting success will make you feel better. You just want to feel better. That's it. So, if somebody tells you something about yourself, they insult you, they bully you, right? You need to ask, one, is it true? Do I know it's true? Can I think of a few reasons as to why the opposite might be true? And two, you ask yourself, do I know this will be bad for me in the long run? So maybe you don't match your school's definition of beautiful, right? The common definition according to most people in your school. But is that bad for your life? You may think it's definitely bad. But maybe if you had the face that others think were beautiful, guys or girls would be attracted to you just for your looks and would just use you to hook up with you or something. And you'd get the superficial type instead of the ones that like you for who you are. Maybe if you had that attractiveness, you'd have more distractions and wouldn't give time and energy to school. Maybe if you had that, you wouldn't get as good of grades because of these distractions, and you wouldn't get as much success or get the jobs you like. How do you know? Maybe your friends would be the ones who just want to be cool instead of the ones who actually like you for who you are and have similar interests and hobbies and communicate in a similar way to you. Maybe your hobbies that the people at your school think are stupid. But what do you want most? Happiness. Most people don't even have a hobby they enjoy. If you have a hobby you enjoy, wonderful. Most people find it so hard to find a passion, to find a job they like. If you have a passion, a hobby, even if it's strange and abnormal, well, guess what? That means you're more likely to succeed in it because there's less competition. And if you love it, you're more likely to spend more time on it. And you're much more likely to be happy if you have something you're passionate about. Right? You don't have to have a passion, but it's useful sometimes. So whatever they're judging you for, ask, is it possible that this will lead me to actually be happier in life? Maybe I'm awkward around people. Well, maybe that will lead me to spend more time doing work, which will help me to get better grades and have a more fulfilling career. Maybe I'm awkward now, but that will incentivize me to read books and really work on myself to discover how to be free around people. How do you know? Just because it's here now, there's awkwardness, that's always who you're going to be? You don't know that. So just ask yourself, what are all the effects of this seemingly bad aspect about myself or my life? What are all the effects? Could it lead me to become happier? Is it possible? So then when they insult you, you say, well, maybe you're right, but I don't know whether that's good or bad for my life. I don't know. Or maybe you're right and maybe you're not right. Maybe I don't match your definition of attractive, but does that mean I'm not attractive? Somebody else might think I am. Maybe I match your definition of stupid or boring, but somebody else might enjoy having me around. In some other subject I might be brilliant. So, that's my version of how to deal with bullies. I hope you find it helpful, or you found it helpful, and that you can use it in your life. But please feel free to ask me questions if you have any concerns about what I spoke about. Alright, thank you for watching. Bye.